G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. So this is, I'm up in the far corner of the little dog's yard. Remember, that's the skinny side there. There was a pawpaw in there, it's gone, so something will be planted in there. There's a passion fruit at the moment that's not looking real good. Look at that. There's some garlic come up there. Now that's a new lot. Oh, and another one here. That's a new lot that I put in. I put about 6 in there, so 2 have obviously come up. There's some chives. We've well and truly cut back the pomegranate that was on this side. It was about 3 times the size of that. It was just getting too big and too prickly. In front of it, that thing there is in fact a bonnet chilli. Now in terms of my elephant garlic, which I've planted in about 3 or 4 weeks ago, one came up real quick which caused me to panic. So I got in and hence I've got different sorts of garlic now, you'll notice. I got in and dug beside it and found it looks perfect. So I'd say they are going to come up. And guess what? There's one just there as well. So hopefully we'll get a few more come up. Rossie's done some work on chopping back our rosemary. We've got 2 rosemary bushes and they're both going a little too exceptionally well. I suspect my lemongrass is about to croak. It's pretty old. And people tell me it croaks every so often, so it'll probably have to be replaced soon. But it's done me proud. I use it in cooking. I do a lot of Thai cooking, so I use it in that. I also belt it up, bruise it and throw it in with that spritzed water. It's bloody good. The bananas. There is actually, you can't see very well, but there's a bunch on. Let me tell you, you need to manage bananas. So the roots are pushing the bed apart. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but the beds come right apart on both sides now. So I've started hacking out any tubers, and I've found another one come up right near that pineapple that I'm not sure whether you can see. Let's zoom in. There, he's in there somewhere. Right near that pineapple, so it's going to have to be dug out in the next few days. That's another gooseberry that's going exceptionally well. So the one around the other side with not much sun isn't going so hot, but this one's going great guns. In the bananas is some Madagascar bean. We'll get to the Madagascar bean shortly. You'll see how long those are. That's that beetle, or betel, depends on who you are and how you say it. It's an edible leaf. I don't eat it much, and he may well suffer a mean fate and come out. Oh look, up there you can see the end of the banana flower. So even though we can't see the bananas, we can see the banana flower. Because he's got a lot of ornamentals in there. The bloody Madagascar bean coming out there again. I'm getting a good crop off that Madagascar. There he is there. So although he looks a bit straggly, because I reckon he's on his last legs too, he's got to be 3 years old now. It's an excellent bean, and it gives my family a hell of a lot of beans. You know, feeds us all. Right, where the turmeric was, Rossie's cut the crap out of one of her salvias and salvaged a whole lot of space, which she promptly then stole. God bless her. So she's moved a whole lot of lilies from under fruit trees where they're really only competing and shouldn't have ought to been. And she's put a few herbs in along the front. I can see some mint, some dill, coriander, and there's some lemon balm that's looking pitiful. There's some cherry tomatoes. That pot that's going crazy there is our ginger. Oh look, there's some cherry tomatoes in there. I like to just sort of plant cherry tomatoes pretty much anywhere I can find a spot of dirt. I'll pop one in and see how she goes. Look at that, there's a bloody pawpaw come up in my avocado. Bloody thing. There's another pawpaw come up in my curry tree. Yeah, get a curry tree, don't get a curry bush, but don't plant it out. I keep mine in a pot. Then I've got the pear, subtropical pear. Oh, Rossie's moved. There was a pawpaw in there too, but my Rossie's moved it, God bless her. Now you can see again, look at all these passion fruits on the passion fruit vine. It's going gangbusters. That's a young berry. And the warning for him is he's currently on the freeloaders list. So buddy, if you don't produce, you're in trouble. That's another potted ginger. You can see some gingers come up. Now this is where the pineapple was. So I've told Rosie she can move this pot over near the chook pen, and some of the trees that I showed you before near the chicken pen will come over here in their pots and be all nice and neat and tidy, and everybody's a winner, baby. Now that's that cranberry hibiscus. I'm actually going to hack half of that off. It's just taking up too much room. So there's a big lateral branch down there, which I presume you can see. That's where he's going to get hacked, and that'll take a big chunk off that. There's passion fruit. Is that passion fruit? No, that's my grape. So that's the original grape that I took the cutting from, which is way down in that corner there. So you can see there's another cherry tomato coming up in there. There's some parsley that Rosie used the other day. And that's how things are going. Oh, on a side note, don't know if you remember, I had a fire in the solar system. There's the burnt remains. That put the cable, see those are coming in the bottom, that's the new electrician fixed it. They'd put the cables in through the top of the old one, which had been located there, and eventually the whole thing caught fire, and it was not pretty, and I was very under-amused. I'm not going to badmouth the company that put it in, because they did a reasonable job of expediting the free repair, which quite frankly, so they should have. But anyway, that's how the yard's looking. She's a bit untidy. I've had the flu. Rosie's had the flu. The whole family's had the damn flu. That's why the grass needs mowing and cutting and everything. Oh, there's Benny. But yeah, there's the patch, folks. Hope you enjoyed the quick tour. And have a good one, eh? Good one, eh? Just a sneaky last little peek. This is what's cropping at the moment. Not counting greens, obviously. So we've got some cherry tomatoes that we regularly pull off. Well, I regularly pull off. I've got a bunch of beans, Madagascar beans. Still got some turmeric, and that's a bit more turmeric. Remember I said I had a bit more that I'm going to plant out the front and see if it grows in the shade. That's what that is. Alright, see you folks. Alright, see you.